My name is Lily, and I want to share the story of how I became successful. But let me tell you, my success didn't come easily. When I was growing up, my family didn't have much. My parents worked hard, but we were never rich. I remember feeling embarrassed sometimes because we didn't have the things other kids had: fancy clothes, expensive toys, or even a big house. I wanted more. I dreamed of a life where I could help my family and make my own future, but I didn't know how. I often lay in my bed at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering if I could ever make my dreams come true. I was determined to find a way. I knew that one day I would figure it out, but I had no idea how long it would take or how many mistakes I would make along the way. After finishing high school, I decided to start my own business. I had saved some money from working part-time jobs, and I thought this was my chance. I opened a small boutique selling handmade jewelry. I was so excited. I believed that if I worked hard enough, I could be successful. But things didn't go as planned. At first, I couldn't find many customers. I tried everything: advertising on social media, handing out flyers, and even asking friends to spread the word. But nothing worked. I spent money on supplies and rent, but the sales weren't coming in. I started to panic. What was I doing wrong? My dream was slipping away. Then, one day, I received some really bad news. My grandmother, who had always been my biggest supporter, passed away. I felt lost. She was the one person who always told me, "You can do anything if you work hard enough." I didn't know how to keep going without her encouragement. I felt like giving up. I sat in my little boutique, staring at the empty store, thinking maybe I wasn't cut out for this. Maybe I should just quit and go back to a regular job, like everyone else. But then, I remembered something my grandmother used to say: failure is not the end. It's a lesson. That night, I decided to change my mindset. Instead of giving up, I would learn from my mistakes. I couldn't control everything, but I could control how hard I worked and how much I was willing to learn. I began to read books about business, listen to podcasts, and take online courses. I learned about branding, customer service, and how to market my jewelry. I also started talking to other small business owners. Some people gave me great advice, while others didn't have time to help. But I kept asking questions and listening. Slowly, I started understanding what I needed to do differently. One of the biggest lessons I learned was to connect with my customers. I realized that my jewelry wasn't just about selling something. It was about sharing my story. People wanted to know who made the jewelry, what inspired me, and why I started the business. Once I started telling my story, my customers began to feel more connected to me. They weren't just buying jewelry. They were supporting my dream. Another important change I made was to focus on the quality of my work. Before, I had been trying to make as many pieces as possible, thinking the more I made, the more I could sell. But I realized that taking the time to make each piece perfect was what mattered. I began to focus on creating beautiful, unique jewelry, and my customers noticed. The next few months were still difficult, but I started to see small improvements. I was getting more customers, and they were happy with my work. Some even came back for more pieces. I felt proud, but I knew I still had a long way to go. Then, something unexpected happened. one of my jewelry pieces went viral on social media. A popular influencer shared a photo of my necklace, and within hours, people were flooding my website. I couldn't believe it. My little boutique was suddenly attracting so much attention. It was overwhelming and exciting all at once. But then, the pressure hit. I felt like I had to keep up with the demand. I wasn't ready for so many orders, and I started to feel anxious. What if I couldn't meet everyone's expectations? What if I failed again? I was scared that this success would be short-lived. I thought back to the lessons I had learned. Failure is a lesson. My grandmother's voice echoed in my mind. Instead of letting fear take over, I decided to trust myself. I started working longer hours, but I also took care to keep the quality of my work high. I reached out to a few friends who helped me with packaging and shipping. Together, we made it through. I also took the time to connect with my new customers, thanking them for their support and letting them know how much their purchase meant to me. Slowly, my boutique turned into a real business, and the fear of failure started to fade away. Looking back, I realized that the secret behind my success isn't about luck or being perfect. It's about never giving up. It's about learning from your mistakes and growing stronger. The journey wasn't easy, and there were many times I felt like quitting. But I kept going because I knew that every failure was a lesson that brought me closer to my goal. The real secret behind my success is simple. Stay true to your dreams, work hard, and always be willing to learn. I learned that success doesn't come overnight, but with patience and determination, you can build something beautiful, step by step. If you're struggling right now, remember, it's okay to fail. It's okay to be afraid. But don't give up. Your dreams are worth fighting for. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. Success is waiting for you too.